Welcome back to the main topic. My name is Vianney Verdon Maldonado, and I am your host. Today, we will be talking about how we started this podcast with our podcast team.
Hi, I'm Gracie Moody, and I am the graphic designer and outreach manager for the main topic. So I designed that fancy little logo you see back there. But outside of the main topic, I'm a senior at Vinemont High School, along with a fast-track student at Wallace State. This fall, I'll be transferring to the University of Alabama to pursue a double major in communications and political science.
Hello, my name's Ellanora Slusser. I'm the script editor for the podcast. I write all those questions that you answer. I'm a fast-track student at Cold Springs High School. I'm transferring to the University of Alabama to dual major in fashion design and retail. Roll Tide.
Hi, my name's Emily Delgado Duarte. I'm the audio and video editor of the main topic podcast. And outside of the podcast, I am a second-year student here at Wallace State. I am pursuing computer science programming major, and I plan to hopefully land a job related to programming field. I hope that I can become a software developer one day.
Hi, I'm Vianney Verdon Maldonado, and I am the host and founder of the podcast. Outside of the podcast, I am a second-year Wallace State student. After graduating, I plan to transfer to the University of Auburn to pursue a double major in biology and psychology to become a neuroscience psychologist. So now we're going to tell you the story about how we started the podcast here at Wallace State. It all started the fall of 2022 when I first came to Wallace State and I was interested in the student-led newspaper. It was the main issue, but it was currently inactive. And I was asking people around to see if we could bring it back, but it didn't work out how we wanted to. So I let it be. After that, the next May, so my second semester, I helped with the Wallace Way, which is like an event that helps freshmen and incoming students learn about clubs and organizations on campus. And that day, I did a poster for the Hispanic Club, and I was like, wow, this is really cool. We're telling them about our clubs and stuff. When you try to start an organization here on campus, you have to fill out the paperwork and stuff. You have to find a sponsor, so that was the first thing that I had to do, and I asked marketing. And then the next thing would be to find people who would be interested in doing this whole project with me. So that's when I asked Ellanora, and Ellanora comes into the picture, and I asked her one stormy night. It was a random night that I called her, and I was like, hey, I'm starting this organization. It's like, not organization, it's like, I was very afraid to tell her what it was, because at first I was like, this is kind of a weird idea. But I told her, I'm starting a podcast, and she's like, okay, and what about it? I was like, do you want to do it with me? And then she said yes automatically, so. When I was looking for people to help me with this podcast, I didn't know the rules yet. In my notes, I knew that we needed at least the host and the editor. I didn't know we were going to need specifically a script editor, but that came later on. And then an outreach manager and a graphic designer. We figured that out later, but I needed people to be interested in it first, rather than already having the positions. I just needed to get it going. I was working on the proposal, and I was like, this would be such a great idea if I had people. And then I called Ellanora, and I was like, hey, I know you do a lot. I did tell her, you do a lot on campus and outside of campus, and I know you're in 20 million organizations, but I would really like you to support me in this.
Well, when Vianney had called me, I picked up because it really was raining that night, and I thought her dorm had gotten flooded, and I was ready to come get her. But instead, she'd mentioned the podcast a week or so before, but in passing, and so I thought it was just a floating idea. But during this phone call, she was like, do you want to do this with me? And I love to do anything, and I love hanging out with Vianney, so I was like, of course, I'll help you out. And
she didn't know the consequences.
No. long nights just writing scripts for Vianney, not to read them.
I briefly go through them. But it's been fun, yeah. And then I think later on, I asked you specifically if you wanted to be the script editor. Because that day I only asked you, hey, do you want to just do this with me?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was was it in October? Late October?
I think it was in November. Cleo was doing that Pi Theta Kappa scholarship.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was in November. Okay, yeah, I think so. And then I met Gracie at the SKD reading, and that was in October. That was for Bolts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then afterwards, we did the ghost hunt for SGA, and that's where we met, like, we talked more, and that's where I asked her.
Yeah, it was just like a random event for SK, or no, it was for student government.
Yeah.
And we hid ghosts around campus for the students to go find. And
Freezing night.
it was 7 a.m.
Yeah.
We were freezing cold, hiding ghosts around campus because it was Halloween. I mean, what else would you do? And so we were just walking. We were almost done, and I remember you just go, "Hey, I'm starting this podcast, and I was just wondering if you like know how to do any graphic design." And I was like, I know how to use Canva.
And I was like, perfect.
And I was like, oh, okay, cool. So, yeah, I don't know how to do graphic design actually, but I'm good at Canva. So that's...
And that's
what we
when
did.
I asked her, I was like, Gracie, would you be interested in joining
And I
as
said,
the graphic
sure.
designer? Yeah. I love how y'all just automatically said yes.
Yeah.
Like, no,
We're
like, y'all
just-
think about it.
Yeah, and with that being said, like I said, I don't know how to do graphic design. Like, I'm not majoring in it or anything like that. But I managed to kind of wiggle my way through and figure it out as I went. And I know that people would have been able to help me, like, in marketing and stuff.
Yeah.
So there's definitely, like, no experience required for the upcoming team. Just hop in there. I promise. You got it. You'll figure it out.
I think it took me so long to find an editor for, actually, like, I guess it takes more time. I don't know. More commitment to the video editor. So I didn't find anyone. And then Emily, I guess, took pity. And I was like, I'll do it.
I mean, I didn't really take pity. It's just, like, you know, Gracie said, that we really don't, like, I didn't really have experience with video editing.
Oh, yeah, you were
And,
very
like,
hesitant about that.
Yeah, because all I have used, and I mentioned it to you, like, throughout high school, because I would do, like, school projects.
Yeah.
And I would have to do videos on YouTube, and I would just use iMovie.
Yeah.
Yeah, or, like, I would use iMovie, and then I would just edit videos on my phone. And that's pretty much all I would have for experience. I was like, I don't feel like I'm the right person for this.
But we all didn't have experience. But I didn't talk in front of a microphone.
I know. But then I gathered up the courage because I was like, you know what? I'm a computer science major. I think it's related. I was like, might as well. I can learn something new. So I was down to learn something.
Yeah. So that's how we got the team. It took me like a whole month to find people. And it's crazy. Yeah. Well, I knew Ellanora and Emily, but I love how Gracie just was in my
Hiding
path.
ghosts.
Yeah. God was like, yeah, this one's good. So that was fun. And then after that, we decided on positions for real. We did, Ellanora was script editor, Gracie was graphic designing and outreach management.
Which we decided, like, way later.
Mm,
That was
yeah.
crazy, but...
Gracie did, like, all the graphics and stuff, but then we were struggling with the outreach management because we needed an email.
Yeah, I guess that's what happened next, was kind of the finagling of, okay, now we have this team together, we have this idea, we have to actually record episodes now. we need people to, like, record the different programs. We need to record people, so that's where that idea of outreach manager came.
So the other thing was asking people to be guests on the podcast was a whole nother deal because this is a whole new project and it was pretty new and people were like, I don't know about that. But the first guests were really sweet, Kaylin and Bryson from SGA, and I knew I wanted to get them on here because I was very comfortable talking to them. I knew them from SGA. So I thought, well, that'd be great if I can talk to people I already know. So that's how we started the first episode, and that was in January. I think it was late January that I recorded that one. And then after that, more guests, like, they started coming, and so it all went along.
It all went along, and that's when, like, you really got comfortable recording and, like, doing the editing and everything, right?
Yeah. Throughout the semester, when we started recording, we started off with one episode a week, but then we kind of went into having 2 episodes a week. I asked Gracie, I was like, can you do, like, a graphic? We need another editor. And then she sent me this beautiful graphic.
What can I say? What can I say? Canva for the win, guys.
Period. And then we posted all around, and we got some replies, and that's where Arlette comes in. She's our other editor who couldn't make it today, but she's done a great job. She's helped Emily a lot.
Yes, for sure. I'm really grateful for her.
And now we're looking for next year's team. So if you're interested in becoming an editor or the host, script editor, outreach management, graphic design, and now we added social media manager because we have an Instagram. We're progressing.
Yes. No, like we said, though, you don't have to have any experience, so don't be intimidated. I mean, I had no idea how to graphic design. Emily had no idea how to edit. Like, Annie couldn't talk. Like,
I still can't.
But you learn as you go, and I promise
Yeah.
it's not scary. Like,
Mhm.
I mean, it's a little scary, but you get used to it. You learn, you progress, you grow.
Ellanora was the only. She didn't have to learn that much. She already knew everything.
Yeah, it wasn't. I mean, it's just writing words and asking questions, and I ask
Yeah.
a lot of questions. So
She has a very curious mind. But also she helps. She would help me with the audio,
yeah.
the sound during recording sessions. If Emily couldn't come, she would be like, "Okay, sounds good. Mic check." So yeah, it was fun. Overall, this whole project has been a great experience, and we've all grown to love it. I'm gonna be really sad when I have to leave.
Yeah, same. I mean, I don't know. I've come to like making little poster things on Canva. I'm gonna have to find some other thing to do as I go forth into the world.
Yeah, we love your logo, and it'll be here forever.
Yes.
Gracie
Impact,
Moody all over
the
it.
impact. Oh my gosh. No, I've loved doing this. I think it's great for campus too. Like you mentioned earlier, the community thing, the
Mhm.
getting different organizations involved and
Yeah,
offering an opportunity for them to actually kind of speak up.
yeah. Because, like I said before, like I would have never talked to basketball players, but it's like you get to know the perspectives of everyone, and it's amazing.
Would say I came to love the editing process because especially
Pay to love.
no, yeah, I really love editing because I would just like constantly go back, replay the little clips, and
She would
there
laugh
would
to
be
herself.
it would be like the episode that you did with Ellanora,
Oh,
where you did like all those shows and like green bean. I just could not. So I would just be giggling.
Thank you for inviting me. I've enjoyed all of it. Script editing, running the soundboard. It's all been so much fun.
okay. Well, that was good. Thank you so much for coming and retelling this whole story with me. It's been
No problem.
It's been great.
course.
Yes, I would be really appreciative of you thinking of including me into your podcast.
Don't cry.
I'm definitely gonna miss you.
I'm gonna miss you too. I'm gonna
Yeah,
miss all of
thanks
y'all.
for asking me while we were hiding the ghost. That was so random. It was great. And I went home and I was like, Dad, guess what? I just got asked to be a graphic designer. I don't even know how to graphic design. He's like, well, yeah.
I'm glad I asked all
I was
of
so
y'all.
excited.
I was like, I really hope if I do this, that the people I work with are like great. Like all of the guests have been super fun to talk to, and it's just been so much fun. I hope the next year everything goes well too. So this concludes the story of how we started.
Bye.
That was cute.